Well, we're waiting.
Welcome to Games Overboard. I'm PJ.
I'm Dan.
Sorry, I was distracted by the pencil.
I noticed.
And that's Angie.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I'm just listening to music right now.
Yeah, I've noticed. Good times. So, we got a fun one for you. Today we did Grimm Forest.
Yes.
Duh.
Which it's
Designed
really,
by Tim Eisner.
what I laugh about is, how long have you had this game?
4 or 5 years. I don't know if I got it in 2019 or 2018.
And this is the first time you've ever played it.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad we got to play it finally.
Me too, actually, because I had it out for a yard sale last summer.
What?
I was going to get rid of this game.
And was it just the fact that nobody bought it?
There weren't, like, I wasn't going to sell it for yard sale prices. I sold it for, like, collector prices. So I sold it for, like, 30, where, you know, people go on a yard sale, they want to buy a board game for, like, $2 or $3, you know?
Yeah, like $5 at the most.
Yeah, and I freaking Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core. I'll give that one away for $1. But
You should probably pay somebody $1.
yeah,
To take
You
that
know,
off
I
your
think
hands.
we should do it one more time.
you can.
You're gonna
Yeah.
hate it either way. What's the difference?
All right.
You hated it the first time.
Well, I mean, I hated the fact that it's not very clear. That's mainly our biggest gripe. But we're not talking about that. We're
No.
talking about the Grimm Forest.
Yes. So this game is very simple. Like, it's family weight game,
Oh, yeah.
right? It's
It's very, very easy to learn.
there are, like, we played a 4-player game, and there are 4. Oh man, he made Wonderland's War, which is supposed to be like an amazing game.
Oh,
Anyways,
we'll have to take a look.
yeah. Sorry, I was looking up Tim Eisner. Yeah, all this game is you're the nieces and nephews of the 3 little pigs.
Okay, so this actually has a really fun lore to it, like backstory to it.
Yeah, I really like it.
What is it? It's the monarch of the land wants to build housing developments, and his
As
royal
efficiently as possible.
Yeah, and his royal contractors are the 3 little pigs, and they're old and senile and ornery. And basically they're told, you know what? We don't want to work with you guys anymore.
I think you're done.
So you play as their nieces and nephews. And of course there are 2 nieces, 2 nephews, so everybody gets their own pig if you do a full 4-player game.
Yep.
And your whole thing is you have to build housing developments in the 4 locations you're given.
Yep. And so there's the forest where you get the wood, there's a field where you get straw, there's a brickyard for bricks, and then there's the market where you get one of each.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way it plays out is you secretly choose a card of which, because you have 4 cards, 1 for each location, and you just secretly choose what location you're going to go to, and you all reveal that card at the same time. And if 2 or 3 people all end up going to the same place, well, I guess you're sharing the resources
you share
there.
the resources. So, again, this is another game that's dangerous for you and me to play.
Because we have the same brain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious to watch you guys just play this by yourself.
I'm going to the forest, so am I.
I feel like it would never end.
I'm going to the brickyard, so am I.
So that what's really good about this is there are these certain cards. There are two other decks in here. You've got the Fable cards, and then you have friend cards. Now the fun thing about all of this is they all take place with, it's all fairy tale centric. So your friends are people like Thumbelina,
Aladdin,
Aladdin,
Little Mermaid.
Yep, you got Hansel and Gretel.
And Tom Thumb.
And Tom Thumb, I got Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk. I hate your stupid little kids.
Hansel and Gretel
Hansel
are pretty
and Gretel
good.
suck.
They're like the mafia taking
are.
their cut from the top.
Hey, so I see you got a couple of bricks there, and you're building a wall. You might want to give me one of those now, okay? Yeah, thanks.
So yeah,
Why did he? Sorry, that was like
Why?
a tiny
tiny
Trump.
Marlin. So Hansel and Gretel, yeah. So you're building these little 3-dimensional buildings. You start with the base, then you build walls, and then a roof. And Hansel and Gretel, every time someone built walls, they had to pay one extra resource to build the walls, and it went to them,
Yeah,
which I loved.
it's a racket.
It was fantastic.
Oh, I hate it. Why couldn't I get them?
Was it a tennis racket or a badminton racket or a squash racket?
You know, I think it was a tennis racket. It was a little big.
Pickleball racket?
I wouldn't call that a racket. It's a paddle.
That's a paddle.
True.
You didn't play pickleball with us, did you?
Who's us?
What about a squash racket?
Ooh, squash. That's good too. You know, when we
My
were in high
squash
school.
team started playing racquetball.
Boys didn't play squash though.
No, but every
We
Friday.
weren't allowed to.
Every
Yeah, on
Friday.
Friday.
we could.
I know I played a couple times.
I only played like once or twice.
Yeah,
Pickleball?
Yeah.
pickleball. Boys weren't allowed to. We played badminton instead.
Oh,
The girls
or
played pickleball.
Yeah, we did.
Bombardment.
bombardment.
Well, except
All right,
for
listeners,
Okay.
picture this. All of the old volleyballs that are worn out and gross looking, they would deflate them by about 30%.
Oh, I'd say more than that.
You'd think more, maybe like 60-40 then? Like
Yeah.
40% deflated?
Definitely.
And then you would whip them at each other.
It
as-
was
dodgeball with
but
half-inflated volleyballs.
we weren't allowed to play that.
Yeah.
that hurts sometimes.
Oh yeah, you got red marks. You got some welts on, and like if you dodged and missed and hit the bleachers, it just echo through the gym.
Oh, yeah.
and down the hall too,
Yep.
like outside.
You knew when
Outside
someone
the gym.
missed.
Oh yeah,
My junior year, I had a co-ed gym class.
really?
Yeah.
No, we had
Didn't know our school did that.
Oh my god, it was great. Like, I think they were just supposed to be simultaneous gym classes, but
They
Anderson,
combined-
and,
They just
Anderson and
combined it
Smitty were so
together.
lazy. They were just like, yeah, let's just do it together. And we just, like, we got to pick what we wanted to do.
Moving on.
Back to the game. The rules are. This is
Simple.
probably the simplest game we've played,
Yeah, at least close to it.
or one of the simplest
One
games
of.
we've played.
It doesn't seem simple as he was reading it, but it actually kind of was.
Yeah.
Once you, just like any other game,
Like, once you
really. Like
do
once you
one
start
round, you're
playing
in.
it, it's like, oh, you just
Yeah.
play a card, you go there, you get the stuff, you build.
So your gameplay mechanics are simple. You have the 4 cards for your locations. Everybody at the same time flips them over. Go to that location. If you share it, you share the resources. Later, now this is in the second round.
Yeah,
If
second
someone
round after.
has a Fable card that they can pick up during their action phase, which is the last thing you do, building and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then before everybody throws down what location they're going to, everybody who has a Fable card throws down the Fable card, and that is going to dictate who gets screwed.
So if I'm going to the brickyard and Angie puts a wolf at the brickyard, I'm screwed.
Yes,
And I
because-
can't change what I chose,
Right.
so I'm stuck with it.
Yeah, Shanna did that to me.
Because you show up at the brickyard or wherever, and that wolf takes away all the resources. You went there for nothing.
Yep.
I had a good one with the troll. I was waiting that till very, very end to use on you, which was
Friggin' troll.
you put down the bridge troll, and whoever lands on that spot where the bridge troll is, they have to give you half of what they picked up from that marker, from that location.
Yep.
Another good one that I'm really glad is in there, so it stops things like us picking the same location, is the crystal ball, where you get to choose another player and say, show me what you have. Where are you going? And if you're at the same location, you, being the one who put down the crystal ball, can change
Yeah.
your location. So you're
The other
not-
person can't change, but you
exactly, but you can. Which, I mean, it's good, but at the same time, it's like, dang it, now they're gonna get all the things that I wanted. So you can choose to stay and make sure that
They only get half.
they only get half of that. But
It's nice. I like the simplicity of it, for sure.
yeah, it's great. It's great.
Can I just say that the fairy on the side of the box looks a little demented?
I was gonna say evil.
I have the witch on my side.
Yeah, she looks kind of.
She's like, I'm better than you.
There's this fairy here. That one looks normal.
No. This is the fairy godmother.
No, yeah, she's over here.
Yeah,
okay.
she gives that like, I'm so much better than you smirk.
Gotcha.
You know.
She on the cover? No.
No. Well, here we'll turn the box for you.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a face. That's a face right there.
Well, no, PJ, I thought it was a butt.
It's a butt face.
Oh.
Components.
I was gonna say butterface.
You didn't talk about the friend cards.
All right, the friend cards.
Yes.
So, well, I mean, yeah, we did.
You did.
We did.
Kinda. Yeah, we did. Like, so it's a permanent ability that you have until you get a new friend, and you can discard your old one for it.
And you can sacrifice your friend if
Right.
there's a monster.
That's right. That's why I was really happy that I was sad that we didn't get to see the giant come out, but I was happy because I wouldn't have had to say, if I did that, I had Jack, I'd have to sacrifice Jack
Yeah.
in order to negate, the giant.
Yeah. So the friends are really cool because they either give you a special ability or a new action that you can choose from. We didn't have any of those though. Oh, Angie did.
Angie did. Angie got the 7 dwarves. That gave her 3 build actions.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That's why she finished first. But she didn't win because technicality I did. So
I'm sure they'll come back around in favorite moments.
Oh, I'm sure it will. So let's talk about that real quick. So you have to build. Your whole goal is to build 3 houses.
buildings. Yep.
3 houses. It can be made out of any of the materials there, but they all have to be uniformed. So I can build a full building of brick, a full building of straw, or a full building of sticks. And I can put whatever I want. I can do a full location that's nothing but straw houses.
You have one of each.
One of
You have
each.
2 of one.
Right.
And,
Any combination you want.
yep. As long as it's 3 houses.
Right. And if you're the first to complete one building, you get to take a little tab that denotes that you were the first one to build that kind of building.
Yeah.
And that comes into big play at the very end.
Uh-huh.
As we found out.
Which is how I won. So, give you an example. Angie and I both built one of every building. She finished just before my turn.
So everyone after her got a turn.
So everybody after the last person, the person that finishes gets one more turn. And then you've got your tiebreaker system. And because we both finished with 3 houses, it went to who has the most sturdy houses.
And you all had the same houses.
And we both had the
number.
same houses.
Yeah.
Like the exact same
You
thing.
both had 1 brick, one wood, and
Did
1
you just
straw.
say y'all?
I did. I said,
What is
"No."
wrong with you?
I don't know.
You are not a Texan.
I had a Texan living with me for a week, though.
What was the second tiebreaker? It was the most.
So it was whoever made the most sturdy houses, and then if that was a tie, it was
Whoever had the most brick house.
whoever had like the most of a sturdier house.
Yeah,
Then after that, it was whoever made the brick house first.
pretty much. Whoever made the sturdiest house of the 2, whoever made the sturdiest house first.
Yeah.
And because I was the first one to completely construct a brick house, I got it.
Yep.
Such a dick.
Didn't we just go over this? I am.
You're not supposed to be like that to me.
Well, that's just how the cards fell, sweetie.
Components.
I'm gonna be in trouble over a game.
Yeah, you are. You're already in trouble over
Well,
here.
it happens.
I'm not going to give you your birthday present.
Well, I don't know what it is, so I guess
I do.
Shut up.
I'll give it to PJ.
All right.
All right.
He wouldn't be disappointed.
I'm sure he wouldn't.
I mean, as we've said, you are the same person.
I know. This is weird.
It is.
It's probably why everybody thought that I was the one that proposed to Shanna and not you.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah, we'll tell you that story
So the
later.
minis in this are really nice.
The minis are fantastic. I like your idea. They're not supposed to be painted, but they would look really nice with a good
They
coat
would
of
look
paint.
really good painted. I want to paint them. want to put my paint all over.
Pay me like one of your French girls.
I lay the mini on its side. You also get the resources are just cardboard chits. That's the
Chits.
term, chits.
Do we have any blitz?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Of various, of straw, wood, and sticks.
Right, and you have
Straw, wood, and sticks.
Oh,
Logs.
bricks.
They're logs.
I said wood
Bricks.
and sticks. It's wood and
I didn't catch that
bricks.
because I wasn't paying attention that well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they come in variations. You have the singles, and then others.
They're the multiples of what
You
you
get the
can-
multiples, yeah. So
what you get when you
3.
go wherever.
Yeah, it depends
4
on
and
the
5.
location.
Yeah, they give you different.
Yeah.
But-
The forest has like groups of 4.
Yeah, that's the highest.
Straws
Oh
groups
no,
of 5.
sorry. Straw's the highest.
Bricks are groups of 3.
Yeah,
And then at the market, you get one.
you only
of
get
each.
one of each.
Yep. I really like the Game Trays. Game Trays is a company. It's spelled with a Z. Game Trays, and they did a good job at just storing the game.
They did a fantastic job of making the storage containers for this.
I love that they're shaped like little houses, like a house.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's pretty
That's
neat.
the best part.
Even the minis. So you get 4 minis, 1 for each pig, and then you get a 5th mini for the big bad wolf.
Yep. And then there are lots of monsters.
And then there are
there's a bridge troll, giant, 2 wolves, and something.
a dragon.
Yes.
A dragon. And the only one that has any type of color are the pigs.
Yeah.
Everybody
And that's
else is
just the bases.
And that's the base. Yep. Everything else is just straight gray. But what's really cool about the Big Bad Wolf is the Big Bad Wolf will show up in a 3 to 4 player game only at a random time. But if you play a 2-player game, that wolf is constantly going around the board or to the locations while you're playing.
Yeah. With the die.
Yeah, with the die. So the Big Bad Wolf in a 2-player game, you always have that entity that's there to mess you up.
Yep.
I'll have to try that sometime, just
Yeah.
a 2-player game.
Lastly, I really like the player mats. That's probably my favorite component.
The player mats are awesome.
Because, each one has, first off, gorgeous artwork.
Oh, the artwork is
The cards,
really
the
great on
mats,
this.
all of it. Even the cover of the box. The cover of the box is one of the cards. The witch with the apple and everything.
Well, I mean, you also have the
There's a wolf
wolf behind
there,
her,
and
you've got
one
the
of the fairies. Yeah. So you have lots of really cool artwork, and they're all artwork from the cards. But the player mat has this awesome artwork of 3 little fields of some kind for each of your houses. And then there's a spot for your resources. It's either a crate or a basket, or in Shanna's case, it's 2 birds holding a cloth.
Yeah, holding the cloth.
And, you put your stuff on the cloth like a hammock.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I really, really love those player mats.
What mat did you have?
I had, it was Hansel and Gretel themed.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
What did you have? Yours was the forest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I had Rapunzel's castle. Because you could see Rapunzel off in the corner from mine.
Yeah.
Which was pretty neat. And she's also one of the friends that you can get.
Yep.
I don't know what she does.
It's ironic that I had Hansel and Gretel and I
I
had
think
that
Shanna
player
had
mat.
her.
Did Shanna have her?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she had.
I forget
she
what
had
she did.
Rapunzel.
Oh, is she the one that
She
stored,
got.
stored
She
away
stored
the
resources.
resources?
Oh, that's okay.
I don't
that's
know
right.
what she did with them or how she got them or anything like that, but
Yeah.
she put 2 little resources on the Rapunzel card. And,
Yeah, and she wasn't allowed to get them unless a prerequisite was was made.
Yeah.
But at the same time, no one could steal from her either. So you couldn't take
Okay.
anything from her, and she couldn't even use them herself until something else happened.
That's cool. That's really cool.
It got to be maddening. You're like, I've got all this stuff. Someone do this now.
Yeah. And lastly, in terms of components, the houses.
The houses
great.
are cool.
Isn't great?
They're cool. They're these tiny
As
little
demonstrated
houses
by my 3-year-old.
kept stealing. Thank God he was on your side of the table.
Kept stealing your house.
kept stealing your
My house
houses.
just kept disappearing off my playmat.
He was the big bad wolf.
Yeah,
was.
He was.
Although he didn't huff any puff, he just took it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's the government.
But the fact that there's this It's something that like it's something that he couldn't not touch, you know? Like it's such a cool thing that he's like, I need to play with this right now.
It's 3 components.
I love
base.
that the straw one was round like a little hut.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
That
cool.
was the best.
You had 3 components for every house. You got a base, your walls, and a roof.
Yep.
That's it.
And I love that the wood ones, like the roof is at an
Yeah, it's got the
angle.
tilted,
Yeah, it's sloped.
You know, one side is higher than the other.
And the brick house actually looks
Brick
like
house
it's-
looks like a house,
Like
like
a-
a
yep.
townhouse.
Yeah.
Yep. And on the detail on all 3 of the houses look fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you said that this game is out of print.
Yeah, I looked it up right before we started playing. It's $145 on Amazon. There was a time where it was almost $300. Let's see if I can find it on
What did you pay for it?
30.
Holy crap!
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Holy friggin' crap! There.
$55 on eBay used right now.
55?
Zatu Games, which I hear they're a decent website, they have it for $48. So yeah, it's out there cheaper. Ooh, Etsy has looks like 3D printed resources. That's really cool.
Ooh, that'd be neat.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, there you go. I'm wondering if this game will come back in print or not.
I don't know.
The reason why I bought it years ago is because I heard it was going out of print. And it was pretty, it was only $30. I'm like, yeah, I'll get it. And it's been sitting on my shelf ever since.
And now
Till
we
today.
played it.
So what worked? What was a standout feature in this game?
I just love the rules for building.
How like the base is only a few resources, or
Well, no, how
or they can
like,
build multiple at a time.
how you can build multiple. By the way, we didn't know that at first.
You're
We
welcome.
thought you could only do one. Thanks, Angie.
Yeah.
I read the card. I just want to say that I read the card.
So, this is just how you gather the resources and how you build.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple,
It's strategy.
and there's a lot of strategy to it. As you know, I love strategy games.
I really like everyone chooses where they're going to go in secret and then reveals at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's fun too.
I was really angry because there's one time where I very loudly, I'm like, all right, who's going to the market? Because there's a ton of market spaces, hoping to telegraph to everyone, that I was going there, and they'd be like, oh, I'm not going to go there then. But no, Dan friggin' went there anyways.
I already had it picked, man. I wasn't changing. You're not allowed to.
I didn't go to the market at all.
No, she didn't go to the market at all.
Little Piggy didn't go to the market.
I went to the market because we think alike. I saw all the resources.
Yep.
And I went, ooh.
But yeah, that's probably my favorite feature of this game is the choose
choosing.
in secret and then reveal. And then, like once you choose, you're stuck with it kind of deal.
I do like that.
So then if someone plays a Fable card and puts a troll at that spot, you have to go there anyways because you're locked in.
No changing. Mm-hmm. What about you?
Anything that stood out?
I just like playing with little pieces.
Yeah.
That's fun.
You can't. I mean, you can't fault someone for that. How about what doesn't work? Anything that doesn't work in the game? I have one.
Go for it.
Only one. There's not enough resource tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my biggest gripe. My only gripe.
Because then you spend more time cashing them in, so that you're...
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cashing them
How
in,
would
or we're
you-
trying to find substitutes for them because we couldn't even cash them in.
Right.
Because there weren't enough resources to cash them in, even.
Yep. I would highly suggest you get those 3D prints
Yeah.
and you make more.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then you paint them.
And I paint them.
Paint them.
You paint them like your pigs.
Like a what?
You paint them like your pigs.
Oh, like my pigs. Okay.
And you paint those like one of your French girls.
So if I paint the straw like I paint a pig, like I paint a French girl, so I paint the straw seductively.
Very.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Don't you know what seductive straw looks like?
I mean, I'll
How's that?
Can't wait to bail you up later.
Is it gonna be a round bale or a square bale? You gonna tie me up with some twine?
Maybe I'll stack 2 of you.
Ooh.
Kinky.
Can't wait to get those bundles ready.
Is it gonna be a single or a bundle of 5?
Ooh. See, for bricks, it doesn't work. It's like, I'm going to get a pallet. It's just not as sexy.
Hey!
Hey!
It's for horses.
The other thing that... the other thing that didn't... Like, it's not that it doesn't work, it's just a slight nuisance. Is that we had to fiddle with the tray to get everything to fit for the lid to close.
Well, see, there was an easy way to get around that. And it was called putting the proper pieces in their proper slots.
No, there isn't, though.
There isn't?
Because when I first bought the game, I manipulated it this way and that to figure out, like, if I put all the straw ones here and all the wood ones here and all the brick ones, like, I tried.
Are you putting the tops in the top, the walls in the
I tried that, too. And there's just no real good way to get them in there. As I knew as soon as I got to it, that's why there was a pause that I just had to keep moving forward.
Oh, come on. That was the entire college career for me, saying the wrong things.
Yep.
You still do that?
Yeah, well, I
Just talked myself right into that one, and I saw it coming.
Anyway.
Stand-up moments? Any
when I
favorite
won?
moments?
Yeah, when I won on a technicality.
Screw you. I won first.
But I won proper.
I finished my house first.
But I was right after you. This is going to be an argument all night long.
Seconds don't count, Daniel.
PJ, what was your favorite moment?
Because Dan and I have the same brain.
Unfortunately. It's a scary place, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. When playing our cards, he played a crystal ball to look at my cards. So he looked at it. Then Angie played a card that swapped my card.
No, Shanna did.
Shanna played
the card
that swapped my card with Angie. Little did anyone know, I also had a crystal ball card that I was about to play. So I played that card. Now, I already knew what Angie had. So I figured I'd look at Shanna to see what she had.
And you already knew what I had.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I knew it.
Because we both ended up going to the same freaking place.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think. No, we didn't, because you looked at my card.
Yeah, I looked at your
But
card.
then you
But then
look
I
at-
got Angie's card.
But then you looked at his, didn't you? You didn't
Yeah.
look at Shanna's.
No, I looked at
No,
hers.
you look. He looked at
I
Shanna's.
looked at hers.
Because he
But
was
yeah,
going to
just-
use mine, and then he's like, no, Shanna.
But, yeah, so... Right, we didn't go to the same place. But the fact that we both had a crystal ball card at the same time, but then, like, you looking at my card didn't matter because I swapped with Angie and so... Mm-hmm. So you knew where she was going. That was probably, like, my favorite moment, because that game just... That's when I realized this game can get pretty ridiculous pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
Can you play multiple Fable cards?
No.
No, you can
You
only
can
play
only play
one per
one,
turn.
right?
Yeah. Anyone else have anything to say about the game? What do you... So it's out of print, so we can't really recommend people buy it, right? Unless they find it.
If you find it,
Somewhere.
I'd say get it. If you can find it.
If you have a family, like, it's a great family game. If you have a family that plays games,
Which you should.
I'm sorry it's taking so long to play this, PJ.
I know.
Board games.
Yeah.
Board games.
I'm pretty sure people could fill in that blank because they're listening to a board game podcast.
I'd hope so.
You never know.
So some listener out there's like, this is a board game? What? God damn it. I did it again. No wonder I can't
she
find any of these
reminded
on
me.
Steam.
Oh, but you can find some of them on
Yeah,
Steam.
that's why they got this far into the into the show, you know. They got Scythe and Gloomhaven. They're like, oh, okay, they are talking about video games. Wingspan.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of them.
We did a bunch that are on, yeah.
All right, any other final thoughts there?
No, if you can find it, pick it up.
It's a fun game.
It
It's
is.
a really, really fun game.
It is something that will not disappoint. And yeah, it doesn't have to be a family. If you have friends that like to play board games, this is probably one of the more silly games that you can play.
Yep. And it's easy to learn. The kids are going to love, and the adults are going to love building the buildings, because that's definitely the standout gimmick of the game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, all around, it's a win.
Yeah, the artwork is fantastic.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
My, look at the time.
Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Dan.
Hey, any further thoughts?
You're mean.
I never
my
claimed
further
to be nice.
Don't be like Dan.
All right, everyone. That's going to do it for us this week. Thank you to David Gledhill from Slow Mo for letting us use his song.
Yes, thank you, man. That is awesome.
Email us at gamesoboard@gmail.com or hit us up at gamesoverboard.com. From Dan.
Thank you, Angie.
Still haven't gotten any emails. So, have a great week, everyone. And we'll see you next time.